Mike McCool here in the Royal Examiner Studio, and with me today is a group of young people from Reaching Out Now. So, although we know they wear other hats, we have Shane Goodwin here from, he's worked for the Warren County Public School System. Danelle Sperling, she's the principal at Skyline High School. Robert Hupman, who knows what Robert does, but you do so many things, Robert.
Yeah, I've been known to do a few things.
He's a local turkey farmer, an event planner, running for state senate. So he wears a lot of hats. So, and of course, I don't do anything. So we were just here like last month, and we talked about the Thanksgiving meal that Reaching Out Now put on. And it's like that time again, and now we're having a Christmas meal, and I guess that's what we're going to talk about today, and a little bit about some of the things that Reaching Out Now does. So let's cover the Christmas meal first and last. How's that? Yep. So who wants to go first and tell us about why we're doing this, what the whole, what's it all about, who can come, where it's at? So I know each of you might have a little bit of input on that. Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay, good.
I'll start.
She raised her head.
I will.
School teacher.
Principal now.
Yes, I will start. So we've been partnering with Reaching Out Now. We are very grateful for the partnership that we have with Reaching Out Now and the entire organization. They do so much for our school, for our school community. The idea came about last year that we are looking for ways to re-engage our community. After COVID, so much separation, we wanted to find a way to bring folks back together again. We started last month at Skyline Middle School with a Thanksgiving dinner for the community. We are moving on to a holiday meal, this for a winter holiday meal this December 15th. It's at Skyline High School this time from 4:30 to 6:30. There will be a meal. There will be some presentations about community resources available and a time of gift giving as well. So we're hoping that any family that has students that are in our entire school system would feel welcome in joining us at Skyline High School.
Okay.
Again, the whole idea is to re-engage our community, and we're partnering with all of the schools, and we're very, very grateful for that partnership.
So is there a requirement of who can come, who can't come? Is it just kind of open to people who have kids in the school?
It is open to families that have students in our school system, and any school. You don't have to attend Skyline High School or Skyline Middle School. It's any school within our division. Anybody that has school-age children, we welcome them to come and join us for a time of great food prepared by Devin Smith and the kids at the Blue Ridge Tech Culinary Arts Program.
I hear great things about that.
That's always good.
It is. It's
Shane says,
excellent.
I'll be there.
It's always good.
always excellent. Yes.
Yeah, I heard great things. All right, so what are you doing involved with?
I got started with Reaching Out Now, mainly being the turkey guy, I guess. I was bringing them fresh turkey and chicken when Shane and Samantha were hand delivering all those meals to the folks that we needed. Definitely needed it. But I'm the food guy here again. For the turkey dinner we did last month, me and the Apple House teamed up and we smoked the turkeys because Matt Schaefer was slammed. So, but this time Matt took back over the turkeys. We're gonna go get some hams. I am, and then I'm doing a toy drive right now down Ellen Anders. So, if anybody has time, please stop by till the 14th. We're gonna try to fill my trailer up with as many toys as we can. We're going to do, like we said, gift giving for the kids when they come to Reaching Out Now. I do know there is, if they do feel inclined, we're doing a $5 donation for that dinner that's coming up with Linda Kroll. But we're just mainly, if they want to come and eat, just come out and get some good food. No one will be turned away for sure.
Oh, that's great. So this toy drive, and you mentioned Ellen Ader. She's one of the state farm agents.
And she's a complete rock star.
She is involved. It's amazing how our community comes together, and a lot of businesses and individuals just come out. And when you start going to these events, you'll see a lot of familiar faces, and they're involved in. I know they're involved. I know Ellen's involved in a lot with a lot of different programs, and it sticks out as the Humane Society and the Reaching Out Now and the
Rotary Club.
People don't really realize what they don't realize what a lot of these organizations are doing behind the scenes that help keep our community all pulled together.
Exactly.
It's great. It's great.
But now the main. We didn't want to stop doing the toy drive. Just it was very successful last year with Kentucky. The community all over came out.
Yeah, you drove over.
Yeah, I drove. It was like 14 hours to Kentucky. Me and my buddy TJ with Black American Outdoorsman Group, And we rode down and got to see, what the horrible devastation of those tornadoes and what it caused down there, and able to take it to the school systems. The high school was the point of contact in middle schools, and they had a very well run to get those folks the food and the presents to those kids. So it was very, very good. But this year we want to get back to our community, and there's kids definitely out there that need a little Christmas joy.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Next.
Here I am again.
You wear a lot of hats too.
Well, I always enjoy coming here, and every time I'm here, I'm with people I really care about and people that make a difference in the community, and I think that is what brings us together. Today we're here around a meal. We're here around Reaching Out Now, also around Linda Kroll, who happened to be a wonderful volunteer in Reaching Out Now, who passed away, and then we named the meal program, after her. And so right before the pandemic, I think Reaching Out Now was formed around the idea of how can we reach out right now and help our community. Samantha Barber is a person who kind of had that dream and vision and brought that to us. I was lucky enough to be asked by her to just work with her. How can we figure this out for the children in our community and our schools?
Says, I'm going to find something for you to do. I don't know what it is today, but trust me.
She looked around and saw, I need the tallest person. There it is.
Those light bulbs changed. But it's true.
It is. We've become great friends. She has an amazing family of people. It's not just Samantha. It's everyone in her home, her daughter, her son, her husband, lots of people, us. Some way or another, Samantha impacts our lives and strengthens us so that we can go out and do good work for the community.
Yeah.
I kind of was thinking about, on the way here, there used to be a company that had like a slogan, gather around the good stuff. I don't remember who that was. But when I think about Reaching Out Now, I think about that. We're gathering around the good stuff. And what we consider to be the good stuff is the people in our community.
Right.
People who need things, people who just we work on leadership with Reaching Out Now in our school system. We've done a lot of things with E. Wilson Morrison Elementary, Skyline Middle School, and Skyline High School historically. But even lately, we've reached out more even to the Winchester community and partnered with Shenandoah University and lots of others, Winchester Country Club. So we're really trying to figure out how can we leave a footprint in the community of gathering around the good stuff, which is the people that we get to serve each day here.
We hear this small town charm phrase used a lot in our community, but this is how that happens. A community coming together, doing all these things like this, and it's hard to put a name on it, and how you say, well, how do you create small town charm? This is how you do it. You reach out and you help see where people are today, and you help them where they're at now. And then working with how we can help people for the future.
Yeah.
We're teaching a man to fish, a woman. But, we're helping that. We're in the elementary school, we're in the high school, we're in the universities. This is what's going to continue our country going forward. And just to put it off on somebody else, we need it's amazing how much you can touch just by doing small little thing. A meal. And a lot of stuff happens around meals and golf courses. But meals are amazing. If you look about the fellowship that happens at a mealtime, it's that camaraderie that you have because we're all doing the same thing, and we break down all the barriers. Rich, poor, black, white, green, whatever it is. When you're around a meal, it's kind of all the same. I think people can do that. Don't you think that?
No, definitely. And I like to add to what Shane and Samantha's, she sparks the fire in everybody she's around.
Agreed.
And the fact that what's so cool about Reaching Out Now, I got involved originally because I'm a firm believer I want to feed people good nutrition, good meals. Canned goods and stuff are great, but nothing beats a home cooked meal.
Right.
And with that, but then also she's very passionate about other things that I am, and Shane is giving guidance to the kids to find, not just sending them to college to pick a major that they're never going to use, or teaching them to find their way. And that's what Shane and them have been doing a great job with, and that's something I'm very passionate about to help them expand that, because every kid, no matter where they come from, they need to have some type of direction and mentorship. And I think this program's been very instrumental in that for the community.
We were talking before we started about Shane said he's meeting now that he's out of the elementary school and moved up to the office, he's still seeing kids, and you mentioned it, where you'll see children that you taught several years ago. Now got their own children, and you can see some of the things that you taught them, and you see it in your own kids too. Like, of course, they always say that you don't realize how smart your parents are till you get about 30, and but you'll start doing that. You'll hear and they'll mimic some of the things that they've done when they were younger, and you're thinking, I remember telling them that, Yeah. But this is how you do it. You touch them when they're young, and you're able to have a big influence. This meal's a great thing to do.
Yeah, they also, they help with the parents. They help find, Sam's very instrumental in bringing like different job opportunities and career opportunities to not just inform the children, but some of the parents to help them get, a better pay scale.
Right. And it's that sharing, that networking. It's really a networking org. And we had people in for United Way where they've kind of more, moved together. They call their people, when you call the phone, they're called navigators. Right. So they're going to help you. They know, like say, I know a guy, right? Well, that's the guy you call because they have a common, they have a road. We used to call it a Rolodex, right? I mean, you remember that.
I do. I used to have one of those.
But that's what it is. It's networking, and that's what this organization is too. Sam's got a lot of contacts she's developed over the years. You have all of us together. I remember reading that book. I'm going to kind of draw a blank on who it was, but you'll know. And what it talked about was businesses that were a success in the country, right? And it talked about how rumors spread. And it's that rule of 250. Everyone has 250 people different than, say, you. So right here in this room, we got 1,000 people in the community that we each know something different. That's if I tell you, you tell that's how it goes around. That's why rumor spreads so fast, because we're all telling our group. And I think that's how we do it. You're 250 and you're 250 and you're 250. Now we all reach out and touch 1,000 people just like that. So
exactly.
It's amazing. It's the old social media, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so then you compound it with social media. Everyone has a different group on social media, and next thing you know, we got tens of thousands people that we're reaching out and touching. So that's great. That's great.
We really do talk about being stronger together. You mentioned that just a minute ago. And behind each one of us, behind Reaching Out Now, there are so many volunteers. And behind each one of those people, there's a lot of other people, whether it's their family members, a business. There are people that donate all the time. We would not be able to provide this opportunity for our families, this holiday meal or any meal, if it weren't for those people. Some don't mind for us to say who they are, as we've listed here, but there are a lot of people behind those folks who say, I want to help because what you're doing is important, but we just don't want you to tell who did that. So this community, you can read the newspaper. Some days there's divisive things in the news. Some day there's things about our community that's kind of hurt your heart in a way. But what I will tell you is, from our experience with Reaching Out Now and working with families in our schools and working with our school system, this is a wonderful, caring, open-handed, open-hearted community who really cares about each other.
Let's mention some of those people that help.
Sure. As you heard a little bit ago, we had Cargill is donating the turkeys for us this year, so that's really exciting. Fort Valley Farm here is providing beef and also apples for the meal. Martin's is donating food supplies, and they're also sending people to help with the meal, which is really...
Red T-shirt on and they show up, don't they?
Everybody knows Martin's. Of course, Robert here contributes in lots of different ways. Ellen, we mentioned Ellen Aders from State Farm, who's amazing, and Jennifer Avery, who you may have met before and works at RMA.
She's another one that is everywhere.
Yeah, they're specifically organizing the toy drive for us. Schaefer's Barbecue for smoking the turkeys, and what an amazing place. I love Schaefer's, and they're very generous. And then Sherry Robinson is donating hats and gloves for our kids as they come who may, need some extra hand cover or head cover for the winter. That's ahead. So
You see them at the bus stop, and you're thinking, these kids don't wear coats. But you know what it is these kids don't have coats.
Yeah. We have a lot of our faith community works hard behind the scenes to donate coats to our schools, which we're grateful for, and just people in general who say, hey, I'm going to go pick up some coats at Walmart. Can I give those to you? So we're, again, a lot of people behind each and every one of us at our schools.
Agreed. We get so many donations from very caring community members that allows us to provide those needed things to students in a discreet way that allows them their privacy, but really puts things in their hands that they need at that time. So really a community of support. And I think that's what the whole organization is about. That's what the whole idea behind these dinners is, just bringing people together to celebrate the sense of community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us one more time when and where the dinner is.
Yes, December 15th. It's at 4:30 p.m. It's at Skyline High School in our cafeteria. And I will put in one more plug. If you stick around afterwards, there is a band concert at the high school that evening at 7 o'clock. So
There you go.
works out really nicely. So it'd be a nice holiday event for families.
That's a great deal.
Yes.
Again, December 15th, 4:30 p.m. Bring your appetite.
Will you be
Yes.
Santa Claus?
The big guy will be there.
Oh, yeah.
I think
big
you're
guy
like,
will be
you know,
there.
you look pretty good in that suit.
I know. I wouldn't mind it. Get a little bit longer beard, a little more gray in it.
It's coming there.
Yeah,
it's
it's
starting to come out. I noticed that's great. You know, Shay doesn't grow a beard because his would be gray, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it would. I'm sure it would.
Well, thanks again. I appreciate you coming in, keeping our community abreast of what's happening, and a lot of good things happen, and we want to spread the word out and let people know. And you know, think about us, pray for us. That's always helps.
Yeah.
And again, December 15th, 4:30 p.m. Skyline High School Christmas meal. That's a Linda Kroll community meal and gift giving
Yes.
program.
Yep.
And there's information on the Warren County Public Schools Facebook page for people to sign up. There's also plenty of other opportunities. So just look around, let us know if we can help.
We'll put some links in here too
Absolutely.
to drive
Thank
people
you.
to those sites. All right.
Thank
Again,
you.
thanks so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks,
it.
guys.
Thank you.
Yep.